So I finally got myself a Dragon 32. This was my first computer back in the 80s. One year I begged my parents for ZX Spectrum, and after months and months of me pestering them to get a Spectrum, this is what I got for Christmas. So yeah, I actually hated this machine back in the day because here in Northern Ireland it was reasonably hard to get software for this machine, and all my friends had Spectrums, so I had no option of copying friends' games. There was no internet back then, so I couldn't order stuff online, and yeah, really I had a half a dozen games for this thing, and it very rarely get used, although I did use it. But yeah, I hated this. So I spent most of its time living under my bed. So I've actually been after getting another one of these for probably a few years now, and they can fetch a few quid on eBay, and then the additional cost of posting them really has put me off actually getting one. So a few weeks back in work, I have a friend in work who's quite into his retro stuff as well. A few weeks ago he told me that he had been given a Dragon. Some fella that he knows had one and he gave it to him, and to say I was jealous was probably an understatement. So I actually said, you bastard, I've been looking for one for a while, and my friend, he has no nostalgia for the Dragon. He didn't own one back in the day, and really it meant nothing to him, so he gave it to me basically. So I'm absolutely over the moon to have this thing. It actually came with the original box, which is a little bit flimsy. One of the flaps is missing, and quite a bit of sellotape stuck around it here over the flaps. A bit of a rip there. Yeah, so I'm going to spend a bit of time sort of trying to strengthen this box up and try and preserve it and stop it from getting any worse, at least. You can see the happy family. There's always a picture of a happy family on the front, isn't there? With their Dragon computer. It also came with the polystyrene inserts, which are in pretty nice condition. Bit of marking around it there where the cables have been not put in properly, but there's no major bits missing, and yeah, very cool. So that will help to keep the box in its shape as well once I put this back inside it. The computer didn't come with any paperwork, any of its manuals and stuff, but you can find them easily enough and cheaply on eBay. So I will get the user manual, and there was a manual for the basic to teach you how to program basically, which I remember from back in the day that actually type out a few programs from it. There's a little bit of yellowing on the computer. It's not particularly bad, but it's definitely not as bright as it used to be, but it works perfectly. What I've actually been doing is loading games via WAV files from my mobile phone. I'm just using the original tape lead here, and just plug the ear socket or the earphone socket into the headphone jack of my phone and play the WAV files. And yeah, I've got quite a few games to work. There's I've actually made a list here of all the stuff that I've got working so far. I only got this yesterday, so out of about 15 WAV files that I've downloaded, I've got what's that, 7 to work so far. Quite a few don't work, and I don't think they're complete. You know, some of the programs, I downloaded the Flight Simulator, which you would imagine would be quite a big program, and the WAV file only lasted like 51 seconds. So I'm assuming there's parts missing, or it's not a complete file. I don't know. So if anyone has any good sources, or has any known working WAV files for the Dragon, give me a shout and let me know. I have downloaded a couple of programs to convert from cassette or disc files over into WAV files, so I'm going to try and do that as well. There's a few games that I would like to get working that I have been unable to get working so far. But really, shit, I've only got this yesterday, so I have a bit of learning to do and a bit of trial and error. Someone has had this thing opened at some stage. All the security seals are broken around the screws here. But no big deal, I will probably open this myself at some stage just for a nosy. And there's the sticker on the bottom there. So these were released in 1982. I'm not sure exactly when I got mine. It would have been around that time, 82, 83, that sort of time. Possibly even 84. But yeah, like I said, I hated this thing back in the day, but I'm really, really happy to get this back. I'd like to try and get a bit of a collection going. I'm not going to go mad with this thing, but I'm going to buy myself a little standalone tape player or tape recorder and buy some original software tapes. I'd like to get all the manuals back and just get a nice little collection going. So we'll boot this bad boy up here and I'll give you a quick look. I'm just using the RF cable with this at the minute, which isn't great. I'm using it on my little LCD screen TV here. So the picture is quite flickery, but there is actually a monitor output on this which outputs a composite signal. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get the proper cable from the computer to composite, and then I'm going to buy a VGA switch box, and I'm going to put the composite into the switch box and then VG out to a little monitor that I have. This is the little monitor that I have earmarked for the Dragon. It's, I don't know, 15-inch, that sort of size. It's quite small and compact. Little LCD monitor, has a nice tilt mechanism on it there. Nice little stand. So yeah, I'm going to use this. It will sit just nicely on the top of the computer there and will be perfect for this application. But in the meantime, I'm just using a little LCD portable television. It's 17-inch, 15-inch, something like that, I can't even remember. But it works. I'm just using the RF cable into it. And yeah, it's doing the job now until I get the cables that I need. It does take this TV a bit of time to pick up the signal. There's a bit of flickering and stuff going on. As you see, and there it goes. It finally picked up the signal, so as you can see it's quite flickery there. It's about the best I can get. That'll be a lot better once I get the proper cable for it. So the games have just copied onto my phone, and my phone can play WAV files, so they're just an audio file. If I play one without it plugged in, so basically just old-fashioned machine code. So I will plug this in here and we'll load up a game just to give you a quick look at how I'm doing it. So you just have the earphone plugged in. On the computer you type C load M and hit enter, and it is now searching for a program. Just make sure my volume's about the right level. Hit play, and there it has found the game already. If I can zoom in for you there. So it has found Chuckie Egg. So I shall edit out the loading here and we'll come back when it has finished loading. So some of the games, when it has finished loading, you actually need to type in an execute command to get it to work. So it's EXEC and enter. I must apologise for the horrible flicker. Pretty much looks the same for me. It's not just the camera picking it up, it's just a crap signal from the RF tuner on it. So I'll have a go with this. Just a quick go for a demo. There's a left and right arrow keys are up here and the up and down arrow keys are over here, and space bars jump. So that is what I will be doing to try and control this game. It's actually quite a fun game this, so press S to start, I think. Yeah, number of players 1. So for those of you who don't know Chuckie Egg, there's a dozen eggs on each level which you have to collect. You get bonus points for picking up the bird seed. You can't die from falling, so you can basically fall any distance and it won't kill you, but you can't jump very high, so you need to figure out your path through the game without running into the birds. Missed my last bird seed there. So yeah, that's Chuckie Egg. Basically it's the same idea. There's a dozen eggs on each level and you just have to figure out how to collect them all. Absolute, it's quite an addictive little game. I suppose most people who had a computer back in the day would remember this game in some form or another. Plays really well on the Dragon here. Apart from the horrible flicker, but yeah, once I get a cable we'll be able to sort that. Alright guys, well that's it for this video. Just wanted to show off my new toy, the Beast, as it is now known. Yeah, absolutely over the moon to have this thing. Get one of these back. I say I have been after one of these for a while. So maybe put up some more videos. Once I get my composite cable, I can actually plug this thing into my HD PVR and should be able to capture some good quality game footage and stuff. So I'll probably do a few videos of games, and hope you enjoyed watching. Like I said, if anyone can give me info on good source for working WAV files, please let me know. Thanks guys, bye for now.